Hey tankers, welcome to another episode of Sunday Best. This time, we are featuring a bunch of things. We're going to call this one our supersized episode 11. Now you might notice right now that this is a new intro. I've taken a lot of the best clips that I could hold together from the last two LOL videos. I've put them together and formed a new intro for the channel. So I do that every so often to feature our best shots. So guys, enjoy. If your clip is here, great. If not, maybe you'll get it in there next time. Anyways, guys, we have a triple ace episode for Sunday. The first is by a new member of our clan, Bingus is Cool. And he's turning in one we're going to call Farming for Gold. The reason I call it Farming for Gold is he drops down to tier 3 to bring in probably one of our lowest aces we've put on channel in the Martyr 2. Now, one of the only reasons I put this ace in the channel, because I don't like putting aces out low tier, is because the Martyr 2 happens to be the first tank I ever got an ace in Blitz in. And as a matter of fact, it's also the only game I've ever gotten 7 kills in. So this tank has a special place in my heart, and I just thought I would throw this in there. But I won't make a habit of putting tier 3 tanks and aces in there. It's not what the channel's about. Anyways, the Martyr he's playing is a lesser version of the one I aced in, because back in update, I think it was 5.5, when they nerfed and destroyed all the tanks and took a bunch of tanks out of the game, the Martyr was one of the ones they took a gun away from, and the top gun that they had on there was just a devastating gun. You're seeing these shots he's doing here, which are, all right around 200 points of damage or lower. The top gun originally, and I'm speaking out of memory, not out of fact, which could be different. The guns alpha on the Martyr 2, the top gun it used to have, was more in the mid-range of like 350 and so, and at tier 3 it was a pretty deadly tank where you could really one-shot a lot of tanks at that tier. But it was a lot better gun. It really was. I mean, I had 7 kills in that game, and it was probably 7 shots. It was a great gun. Anyways, so we see he's here on mines. He's now swept around the corner. He's just tracking people down. He's doing a good job of being mobile around the map and just making sure that even though he's playing a tank that is a sniper because it has absolutely no armor, he's making sure he moves around the tank to keep targets engaged and not let everybody else do all the work. So here he's calling for some help from the surviving member of the team. The guy's going to come up and try and help him get some spots, because this little medium tank will have a lot better view range than he does. And in order to get anything going, he needs to have some spots to know where that last tank is. But we see the guy pushing up, and in just a second we're going to see, if you watch the mini-map, you're going to see that guy spot up, and there he is. And now he can turn around and take a shot, and boom, there's one shot. Oh, there it is. And he gives a max roll for 225, which is a really good help. That SU-85I is just not going to last long unless he pushes, and he's not going to push. And you see he just took a shot from the other guy, but he did make a shot on him, meaning he's on a reload. But even then, by the time Bingus gets here, it won't be on the reload. It's just Bingus is quicker on trigger. Nice job, Bingus. That was a nice ace. And we can see here, Bingus puts up 1391 damage with 3 kills. He gets a high caliber. He just does a really good job of playing that game and pulling out a nice ace. Good job, Bingus. So, just watching the other stats here. Here's our photo of the Martyr 2 from World War II. And here we go. This one's going to be by Coach Mike. And we're going to call this one Game of Gold, because that's the Magnus and gladiatorial games. And funny thing with this ace, so this is Mike's 15th game in the tank. So a couple of weeks ago, him and I were talking, and we were talking about the M6, and he said he didn't have it, but he had the Magnus, but he'd never played it. And we just kind of talked, and after that, he kind of got in the mood to play the tank, and actually found out that he loved it. It has all the armor of the M6, pretty much the same mobility, but it has a gun that does more alpha. It's probably a lower reload time, but the alpha is better, and the pen is really nice, and he just likes the gun. If you watch him here, he's going to go heads up with this other M6. He's watching, he can't get a shot in, and he decides he's going to start hitting the ARL before him, and the ARL is actually a more appropriate target because the ARL has a better alpha and a better pen than this Magnus that's in front of him. And if you watched, the M6 was just looking everywhere else. He didn't want nothing to do with Mike. He couldn't pen the Magnus, and so he was looking everywhere else. And Mike does a good job of focusing the ARL, the more deadly target, and he pushes up and takes him out. Now he's looking up on the hill, and he sees Rudolph. Hey, this may be a winter map, but it's not Christmas. I don't know what you're doing driving that tank. This is the first time I've seen that tank since the Christmas event. But anyways, the Rudolph makes a crucial error here. He's facing a bigger, heavier target. He doesn't have the pen to get into him, and he stays there and fights. He could have backed off, ran across the map with a higher rate of speed, where Mike couldn't have followed him, and helped his team out and maybe did a little better. Instead, he sits here to fight and then gives Mike the side of his tank for a nice easy kill shot. So moving on, Mike's going to continue on. He's got 2 kills, and he's looking around, and he sees a couple of one-shots up on the hill, so we know he's going to head up there, and he takes a shot and misses the Nash horn, unfortunately. Anyways, he's going to continue moving on. You can see this Magnus, it moves pretty good. It's a good tank. I'm a little disappointed I didn't do that Blitz event and that Battle Pass that month and get it. But unfortunately, that's how it is. You never know how those tanks are going to be. Here he is. He's going to pull up, and he's looking at 2 targets. He's got that Nash one, which has the better gun, so better take him out. Good job. And that's his 3rd kill. And interestingly enough, so talking about the Battle Pass, watch for next month. So I wasn't going to do it, but they're bringing out a special version of the Churchill gun carrier, and I watched a preview video of it. It looks pretty cool. It's going to have, looks like a better front end armor and pretty much the same low damage alpha high DPM gun. It looks like it's going to be something that might be fun to get. And just funny to me is big, slow, ugly tanks like that are just fun to play anyways. So anyway, here Mike, he's getting behind this TOG 2, and the TOG 2 just doesn't want to know him. Unfortunately for him, that gets him killed. And it helps Mike pull out an ace in his 15th game in the Magnus with 2,100 damage and 5 kills. Great game there, Mike. You can see he puts out 17 shots, hits 12, pens 11, and he kills 5 of the 6 targets he sees. He never spotted that 7th tank. But anyways, really good game, Mike. Nice job. Great game, buddy. Okay, so here we are going to go into our final ace game of the Sunday Best. And this one's turned in by Ahmed Miracle in the Kranwagen. And we're going to call this one You Shall Not Pass. Ahmed does a really good job in this tank. Now, he's you never see Grot in the game, but Grot, another of our clan members, is platooning with him. And you never see him, he never pops up in a map that I see or I noticed with Ahmed, but he's always there supporting. Ahmed's going to drop into the punch bowl here and cap C, and he's just going to hold that position. He's not going to let nobody come down on him. He's not going to let nobody advance on him, and that's why we call this Thou Shall Not Pass, or You Shall Not Pass. He's just going to dominate this position and hold it, and there's Grot. And I make a point of saying in different videos when we see these aces where kind of the consistent theme is not running around being crazy shooting at everybody. The theme of these aces a lot of the times seems to be a player holding a position and just dominating it. And it seems to be a common thread that we're seeing in these in a lot of these aces. And Ahmed does a really good job here. He's using his 3 shots, and he clears that super conk, and he's going to back up, get a reload on, and just look for more targets and look to hold this position and not let nobody advance on him. He's doing a really good job of it. He's keeping to look to targets, keep people spotted up, so that people behind him can take shots. There's one of 2 Kronwagens on the other team. He puts a shot into him, backs up. He's taking some heavy damage here, but he's still going strong. But he's got 5 of the 6 targets, or 6 of the 7 targets were up on that hill. There was one Kronwagen that went off towards A kind of, but never went this far. But we're watching Ahmed just do a good job of holding this position. He's not letting nobody advance, and he's not willing to stick his head up there and take a bunch of shots for no reason. Here he's going to poke up to pull this kill out of that Kronwagen. He takes a hit in return, looks for another shot, and then he's got to back down because he doesn't have one, and better to back up and reload. You see him using the great gun depression on this Kronwagen to just keep people in place, keep them honest, and try and snake in shots wherever he can. You see him looking around on the screen to try and check positions. He has a 183 pulling up. He wants to get some shells into him as quickly as possible, get his hit points down, especially because it looks like the guy's on a reload. Now, instead of taking a chance, you put 3 shells, you back out and get back into punch bowl. And he does take a hit going down there and really puts him on low hit points. He's actually a 1-shot for anybody in a game at this point. But he's going to continue to do a good job of just holding the line, keeping the punch bowl occupied, and not letting anybody get into it. So here he's going to take advantage of being behind the Kronwagen, and the Kronwagen has his mind elsewhere. He's focusing that, I think that's a Vickers out there. He's more worried about the Vickers than he is about the Kronwagen. It's a 1-shot behind him, and that's going to cost him his life and send him back to the garage. So Ahmed puts 1 in, he puts 2 in, he's got 1 more shell, and boom, it's a kill. So that's a really nice job. And now Ahmed's on a reload. We see the 268 just fired a shot over his head, couldn't get him. Would have killed him if they hit him. We see the rest of his team now is pushing on the left, and we just have a couple of TDs, the 268 and a Jaegeru over there. So he puts 1 shot into the 268, and Grot pulls up and finishes him off. Nice teamwork there, Grot. Anyways, now they're going to push on the final tank on the red team, and that's, like I said, a Jaegeru, and he's going to push over there, and he's reloading as he drives. He's got 2 shells in, and he's going to there's 1 shot in. He's looking for another one. He sees nothing but red. He's going to get one on the lower part, and he's not going to finish the kill. Somebody else can get it. Anyways, guys, that's what an ace is about. Holding position, taking advantage of the shots you can get, capping bases, and getting the kills when you can, and then knowing when to push. And Ahmed did a really good job of this. We saw he puts in over 4,100 points of damage. He gets only 1 kill, but he supported his team in controlled positions. That, guys, is what it's all about. Nice ace there, Ahmed. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and until next time, good hunting.